Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Ramaraksha, Sarva Jagat Raksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out this sacred content to you all. From Sati to Parvati, the transformation. Let's decode and let's understand some deeper insights of the Kundalini awakening and the twin flame journey with the story, with the help of the story of our beloved, the most gracious and merciful mother, the goddess Parvati. So, when she was in the form of Sati, okay, the things happened, the trigger events happened in that timeline where, and that was also for a reason and for a purpose, and it doesn't mean in any way that that shouldn't be necessary, or some people might think that that consciousness of Sati is not, that was not great. I don't agree with all those things, because every identity, every archetype, and every story and every timeline had to happen in that way so that it can create a path to a future timeline. So you might have heard about in the internet, like Sati's form shouldn't have happened, or Sati's form is not that great, or Parvati had to overcome her Sati's form. I don't agree with all those things and all those notions and all those belief systems, because that timeline had to happen and that story had to happen exactly the way it had to, because it had to shape the future timeline of the Parvati. So those of you, I saw like 144. So those of you who have this belief systems, oh, why does this happen? If you watch some different types of dramas or TV serials, and they show it in their own illustrative way, okay, so what actually happened, and why it had to happen? Because for everything in the universe, whatever happens has a reason for it, and because of that reason, and you might not know why this thing is happening, and you might face this suffering in that present moment, that, oh, why this thing has happened to you, but you will not understand the the reason for that movement until until you go through that moment, and until you finish off that moment or timeline, and you enter into your future timeline, and from the future timeline, when you visit the past, then you will understand why the things had to happen in a certain way, and you would never change a thing, even a small circumstance in that, because that circumstance, whatever which was happened in the past, is a perfect circumstance for your future self, for shaping your future. So Parvati, when she goes back, when goddess Parvati, when her past is Sati, right? So it had to happen exactly the way it should happen for for us to get those Shakti beats, right? That story happened, and then the Shakti beats happened in India, and we are like so much blessed because of the Shakti beats and the energy of the goddess in different types of Shakti beats, because that story happened, because the timeline happened, it gave rise to Shakti beats, right? So everything births out something really very beautiful. Every you know everything, every uncomfortable circumstance also sometimes might birth something really very nice and really very beautiful, high vibrational thing, which we can be grateful for. For example, as I just talked about the Shakti beats, right? Because that timeline happened, because the story happened the way it had to happen, now we have the Shakti beats, right? So now we have the very secret, powerful, most powerful spots in our country, the Shakti Peeths, right? So because that happened, that's the reason why the Shakti Peeths happen, and because the Shakti Peeths are there, and we are able to have a blessed country, and we are very grateful to be a part of a country like this, where the things happen, and we should be proud of to be in such a country where there are so many proofs of the divine existence, like that of a Shakti Peeth, right? So because that happened, and when the Kundalini got activated in goddess Sati, and she had to transform herself, and she had to live again, get reborn, and again take a birth, okay, rebirth, okay. She had to leave her previous past, and she had to end that past, and then she had to go through her own rebirth process, and she had to enter and rebirth has goddess Parvati, and she had to do her penance for to get into the union with the Mahadev, right, to get into union with the Shiva. Okay, so whatever has happened in her past, and she is, acknowledging it, and she is, remembering that, and she is, releasing all that which doesn't serving her, and she is doing a severe penance for her, beloved Mahadev, for her, twin flame, right? So the story itself reminds us that, how important, whatever, past you had to go through, and how important is that, and because that happened, and it shaped you in some or the other way. So take the lessons of whatever your past is teaching you, and let go of and release of whatever which is not serving, you anymore. Like, during the, Sati timeline, goddess Parvati had, the father issues and the father wounds. Okay, and then she, of course anybody would, treat, and would react in the same way, like that, how, goddess Sati has reacted. Any, no female, even the, the divine females doesn't like, her husband, should be mistreated, or, named for, or labeled for, or anything like that, right? So she also did not like, and, because, it's not only with the human beings, but also the divine beings, they also don't like, the things like this. Okay, and it's the story to remind us that, no matter who it is, no matter, even if it's the family member, or if it's somebody who is from your bloodline, but then if somebody is not respecting you, then you have to take stand for that, that you have to take stand for yourself. That is this story itself is teaching you that point, that you have to take stand for yourself and for your twin flame, no matter what. It's very important for you to own your soul power. It's very important for you to recognize your soul power and stand in your own power. Okay, no matter who the opposite person is, and what the opposite person is telling. Okay, if it is not divinely aligned, and if it is not universally right, if it is not, ethical, then you have to stand for whatever it is. That then this story reminds us, the thing of, how to come into your power, how to come into your own power, right? So this story reminds of that. And then when the kundalini outburst happened in goddess Sati, and then, she was into fire, and, kundalini fire ignited in her. And then, how when our own kundalini awakens, it tells us, it burns off everything which is not in alignment with us. It burns off every other, belief systems which we have taken from others. Like, just like, in goddess Sati's surroundings, there were so many things which are not, divinely aligned. In goddess Sati's timeline, there were so many things. If you have watched, Mahakali Anti Arambha serial, there, they will show that, she had like fire phobia, and then the Mahadev comes and saves her from the fire, right? There is a phobia, thing which they have mentioned in that serial. So, whatever phobias and fears you have, the kundalini fire and the goddess kundalini teaches us, how to overcome those phobias, and how to overcome those fears, and whatever, fears you have, or whatever things which are, giving you those panics, or whatever things which are, giving you those nightmares. And whenever your kundalini awakens, the first thing what your kundalini does is, to help you realize about your own phobias, to help you identify about your own fears, your own belief systems, or the belief systems which you have taken from others, or the belief systems of others which are not in alignment with the divine order, or not in alignment with the universal truth, or not in alignment with the the ethics, the divine ethics. I'm not talking about the human ethics here, I'm talking about the divine ethics. What is not in alignment with the divine ethics. And whoever relationships which you have in your surroundings, or whatever things which you have in your surroundings, you will figure out as soon as your kundalini get awakens that these things are not according to divine order, or these belief systems of the society is not according to the divine ethics, or these systems from the collectives, or these things which are running in the collective are not aligned with divine ethics. Okay, whatever you recognize after your kundalini awakening, then you will move away from everything which is not according to the divine order, or which is not according to to the divine ethics. And when you realize those things, and you will stand into your own power, and you will step away from all those things which are not in divine alignment, and you will move forward into your own divine journey, and into your, you come back to your own divine order and divine alignment, and you will yourself, lead a life which is filled with the divine ethics. And if you are not living a life which is filled with the divine ethics, then you have to do your own inner work, and Kundalini makes you do your inner work. And then Mother Kundalini makes you, follow those divine rules and divine orders and divine ethics. If you are not doing that, and you have to go through again some more inner work and some more friction and some more lessons to learn, until you come into that center point of learning those divine ethics and following and being in that and maintaining those divine ethics. So this is how it works. And when the Kundalini ignites, then you will come into, and you will follow you, and you will align yourself according to the divine orders, and according to the divine will, and according to the universal truths, and the divine truths and the divine ethics. And the more you will realize that whatever is not in alignment with that, you have to release all those things and belief systems and all those people, events, or situations, circumstances which are not at all serving you, or which are not letting you do your or follow your divine ethics. Okay, so whatever is not allowing you to follow your divine ethics, even those things will leave from your life. Okay, so you will slowly move into your personal alignment and divine alignment, and you will start to follow the divine ethics and the divine rules and the divine order. The more, I just saw 111. Okay, so the more you will follow the divine ethics, the more you will follow the divine order, the more you are in the divine alignment, you will see that you are releasing many things. You are releasing so many people, you are releasing and letting off so many things, so many circumstances, so many people. Why it is happening is because now you are in alignment with the divine order. Now you are in alignment with that divine ethics, which most of the maybe humanity are not yet there, because maybe most of the people are not awakened yet. Yes, there is considerable amount of awakening happened compared to the previous decade or whatever it might be, but then the percentage still have to improve. So the more people will move into the more divine alignment, the more they will follow the divine ethics, and the more they will be our realm, maybe our dimension, the third dimension might be moving forward into the balance of that masculine and the feminine. The more they will align with the divine will, the more they will follow the divine ethics, the more they will be in balance, and then the more we can see the balance of the masculine and the feminine on the planet Earth. So this is how it works. So this story reminds us that whoever it might be, even if it is your loved ones, but if they are not in alignment with you, then you have to stand for yourself, and then you have to follow those divine rules and divine ethics, and you have to learn how to come back to your own power, and you have to learn how to rely on to your own power, and how to ignite your own Kundalini, and how to stand for yourself no matter what the circumstance and situation is. Okay, so then she gets into the Parvati form, and there she will do the severe penance and tapasya for Mahadev, meditation for Mahadev, and then she will for so many years. And this also motivates us to not to give up, and to do that hard work for whatever we want to and whatever we wish for. Okay, Mother Parvati was wishing for the marriage or the union with the Mahadev, right? And for that she did a severe penance, and for that she had sacrificed her food, and she sacrificed so many things. And then she had that she was so focused, and she was so determined for that goal of uniting with her beloved divine masculine Mahadev. Okay, so we have to also be so focused and determined and goal oriented towards for achieving our union with the masculine, for achieving the union with the for bringing that balance and bringing that inner union. And also whatever we are doing in our life, if you want to achieve some goals, and we have to be so focused and determined like that of Goddess Parvati, and we have to be so very much goal oriented, and whatever she wanted to do, and she did that, right? It shows the perfect example of how we can also take the motivation from her, seek the motivation from her, and learn from her, connect to her, and pray to her to give us that balance and to give us that focus and determination to achieve our goals, whether be it a union or be it whatever it might be in our life. If we want to achieve something, if we want to reach to that destination, we have to have that focus, and we have to be in that center point, a balance point, and we have to not get distracted by any other means. Okay, even if it takes to sacrifice so many things in our path, then we have to do that sacrifice, because the what's more important for us is our goal of uniting, or is a goal to achieve something, is a goal to get to that destiny point, whichever destiny we have targeted for, whichever destiny we have aimed for, right? So we have to also be like that, and we have to be also goal oriented and determined in our own path in achieving whatever we want. And if you are facing any kind of difficulties in doing so, you can connect with goddess Parvati, and you can ask her guidance, you can seek her blessings in doing so. So these two archetypes, goddess Sati and goddess Parvati, teach us so many things. If we try to seek the motivation, they are really a wonderful archetypes. Goddess Sati always teaches us to stand in our own power, in our own truth, no matter what and who it is, and it doesn't really matter. And she reminds us that we have our own inner Shakti within us, and we have that so much power and capability to stand for ourselves, right? So goddess Sati teaches us, and the goddess Parvati teaches us the the determination and the sacrifice and the focus, focus we need to achieve our goals and whatever we want in our life. So these are the two archetypes which remind us how to be how we can seek motivation from them, and how we can implement their those divine qualities within our own life, so that we can progress in our life. So these are the most beautiful two archetypes which teach us so many things, and hope you seek motivation from these divine archetypes, and also you improve your own life by reading about them, by listening about them, or by connecting with them, so that you can also grow in your own life, so that you can also do that timeline jump, or so that you can also seek whatever you are looking for, the guidance which you are looking for. So do connect with these archetypes, and do seek their blessings and motivation, and do pray to them for whatever you need in your life, so that your own circumstances in your life can get improved. So this was all about goddess Sati, from goddess Sati to goddess Parvati, and the transformation, right? So hope you also have your own transformation in your life, which whatever the highest transformation which you are looking for, and hope you achieve all the things which are in divine alignment with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagat Raksha. Sri Matre Namaha.